Our learning target for today is I can describe how words supply rhythm and meaning. First, we have a few vocabulary words. Our first vocabulary word is continent. Continents are how our Earth is broken up. There are 7 continents: North America, South America, Europe, Africa, Asia, Australia, and Antarctica. Our next vocabulary word is divide. Divide means to separate something into 2 or more parts or pieces. Next is pole vault. It's to go over or across something using a pole. We also have rhyme and rhythm. Rhyme is 1 or 2 or more words or phrases that end in the same sound. Rhythm is a regular repeated pattern of sounds or movements. So you usually see rhyme and rhythm in a poem, in a song. So today we're actually going to be reading a poem. It's called Who Could Somersault the San Andreas Fault? Poems have words that rhyme and give meaning. Who Could Somersault the San Andreas Fault is a poem about a geographical feature located in California. The fault is a sliding boundary created by shifting plates below Earth's surface. It is a large crack that divides California. Movements along the fault are what cause earthquakes. So I'm going to read the poem. Who Could Somersault the San Andreas Fault by J. Patrick Lewis. No one could possibly pole vault or trampoline or somersault across the San Andreas Fault. The one unlucky lad who tried, from Malibu to Riverside, could feel the continent divide. 600 miles long and 20 deep. Now that is something of a leap. I think I'll stay in bed and sleep. Anyway, the road signs warn you, no jumping over California. Do you think the poem is silly or serious? Explain. Who knows what a trampoline is? What does it mean to somersault? What are some words in the poem that rhyme? What is this poem mainly about? What do you think this poem is mainly about? The poem is mainly about the San Andreas Fault. It talked about the size of it, it talked about the location of it, but the poem is all about the San Andreas Fault. How does the poet give readers a sense of how large and wide the fault is? How does the poet give readers a sense of how large and wide the fault is? The poet says no one could possibly pole vault or trampoline or somersault across it. The text says the fault is 600 miles long and 20 deep. How is the poem organized? What do we call each group of lines? The text is organized in lines. Each group of lines is called a stanza. Now for the focus. We're going to read the first stanza. I want you to focus on word choice and rhythm. Now, let's answer the following questions. No one could possibly pole vault or trampoline or somersault across the San Andreas Fault. A verb is a word used to describe an action. For example, jump. What verbs does the poet use in the first stanza? What do you picture when you hear these words? How did this poem help you to understand the size and depth of the San Andreas Fault? How did this poem help you to understand the size and depth of the San Andreas Fault?